Don't forget to follow us on social media for beautiful food and inspiration.
Hey, 707, mic check 1 2 1 2, mic check 2 2, mic check 1 2. Check me out. Seems like I be focused on what's never right. I think I be focused on what's dead in life. Seems like I be tripping off the little shit. I feel like I'll never get it in life. I'm tryna say my niggas ain't flawless. Still got much to say when all the bitches get brawless. Cut like New Orleans, the dirty baby. Weezy F, don't forget the F, little lady. I'm just tryna figure out what a nigga can find joy in. Fly like a bird, you be soaring. Metaphorically and mentally tired. Feel like I wake up every day to people saying I'm fired. I hate a liar. Just keep it 8 more than 92. I'm smoking backwoods. Watching bitches dive up in the pool. That's the life I wanna choose. Right now it's too inconsistent. I'm bored 4 days and 4 a night. I'm living. We ain't tripping. We tryna keep it namaste. Cause it can pop up if it's really just that type of day. I'm sipping Henny, but I ordered all the Chardonnay. Pulling bottles up like, baby, won't you come my way? Try to smoke the pain away, that shit ain't work. Try to pop a pill, man, that shit ain't work. Try to fix a 50 Henny, spit that on my shirt. Needless to say, that ain't work, nah, that ain't work. Y'all be tryna tell me about the better life. I don't wanna hear it if I never lived it. Y'all be tryna tell me about what's never right. I don't wanna hear it if I never lived it. They tell me, Derick, why not rap about the old life? Boy, I can't. Boy, I can't. They tell me, Derick, why not rap about the old life? Boy, I can't. Boy, I can't. I'm sparking up a wood and forgetting about the past. I'm forgetting about the past. I'm sparking up a wood, making good times last. Making good times last. Hey. I can't believe that you think that you know me. I can't believe that you think that you found me. I can't believe. No. Try to smoke the pain away, that shit ain't work. Try to pop a pill, man, that shit ain't work. Try to fix a 50 Henny, spit that on my shirt. Needless to say, that ain't work, nah, that ain't work. Y'all be tryna tell me about the better life. I don't wanna hear it if I never lived it. Y'all be tryna tell me about what's never right. I don't wanna hear it if I never lived it.
All right, that was Derick. That's Derick with 1 R. That song's called Work. And welcome to Local Love, everybody. We got an open panel tonight. I'm expecting the media wench, Juan Maserati, and probably some surprise guests from the Bay Area local music scene. If you're listening to this on the podcast, please do subscribe to this on the podcatcher you're checking it out on. Also, just search your podcatcher for Echoplex Media. Subscribe to all of our podcasts. You can also head on over to twitch.tv/Echoplex Media and check out all of our live shows. Those are also simulcast on Echoplex Radio, audio only, at eplex.xyz. That'll work in any browser, or on the TuneIn Radio app. You can search for Echoplex Radio. Also, when we're not live, all this great music we play on the shows is just on shuffle, like on at that same address, eplex.xyz or Echoplex Radio on the TuneIn app. So, great stuff. Great stuff. We've got 1,500 or so tracks, all done by local artists or artists who were once local and then have moved away. Yeah. So you can support this project at patreon.com/Echoplex. And there's other ways to support the show at echoplexmedia.com. There's like a support tab or whatever on our website. Just click that. There's shirts. You can make one-time donations. Also, you can subscribe or throw us bits on Twitch. When you throw us bits on Twitch, it makes a baby throw money out the window, which is kind of what you're doing when you're giving us your money. So, hey, and I'm Producer Dave. You can find me damn near anywhere. I have a beer. It's a Stella, and it's in a Roughies cozy. So, in honor of my Roughies cozy, we crack open this beer, play a song by the Roughies called Smoke of the Season, and we will be back in just a moment here.
time, let the treason sing pride in the legion. We'll keep our economy thriving, a piece of things coming. A summer of bumbling industry building us back up from nothing. They're starving or dying and it's making me laugh. These are the devil lying goldmen in sacks, have us kissing the dirt with their bills on our backs. So why is a liar like a writing desk, and the words on your back left something on my chest? Faces are cameras, eyes are like crooks. It's a wonder how wonderful suffering looks. So show me the money, show me the war. If you show me a deal, then I'll come back for more. Working for water like living for bread. What good is a life to a world that's dead? What good is a life to a world that's dead? What good is a life to a world that's dead? 1, 2, 3, 4. Smoke of the season and the lead of the day. It's the tears of the Haitians and the price of the slaves. Why must the vice of our fathers be the ash of the day? Must the lives of our soldiers be the cash that lines our banks? Cash that lines our banks. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm buying, I'm busy, I'm living the dream in my suit and my smile, implanting my seed inside of your daughter. Remember my genes, I'm dividing your family just like grandma's disease. So suffer in silence and thirst for my blood. Beg my forgiveness, so bask in my love. And pray that the bombers are carrying guns. Won't you pray that the bombers are carrying guns? 2, 3, 4. Smoke of the season and the lead of the day. It's the tears of the Haitians and the price of the slaves. Why must the vice of our fathers be the ash of today? Must the lives of our soldiers be the cash that lines our banks? Cash that lines our banks. So buy yourself and hide yourself a Kevlar vest. Oh, his poems are black, but they say they're the best. Faces are cameras, eyes are like crooks, but they'll pay for their sins, give us back what they took. So donate your money, send your sons to the war. They'll make him a deal, but they'll make him much more. Feels like drowning in water, just like starving for bread. What good is a fight if your dignity's dead? What good is a fight if your dignity's dead? 1, 2, 3, 4. Smoke of the season and the lead of the day. It's the tears of the Haitians and the price of the slaves. Why must the vice of our fathers be the ash of today? Must the lives of our soldiers be the cash that lines our banks? Cash that lines our banks.
All right, that was the Roughies. That was Smoke of the Season. You can check out the Roughies on all the places, like Bandcamp especially. You can just search for the Roughies on YouTube. You'll find some of Patty K's live performances from this very studio, or probably the one across the hall, I think, now that I think about it. It was in this studio. It was when we first started Twitch. You'll find that on YouTube. And also you can just search the Roughies on our website, and members of the Roughies have been on Local Love over the years many times, especially Patty K. Patty K has also been a guest on the Sunday show. Super cool, pre-quarantine. Waiting for my panel to show up. If anybody shows up, if not, though, just you and me chat. We good. Although I know Media Wench is going to show up. She's running a little behind. She is going to make some food. So let's see. If you're listening on the podcast, other thing you should do is follow our YouTube. That's youtube.com/EchoplexMedia. We post some episodes of Local Love there with the video panel. And yeah. This show started out with me and Juan Maserati, like thinking that we knew that thinking that everybody that we knew was in a fucking band. We're like, well, since everybody we know is in a band, we should collect their music and do a podcast where we just kind of play their music and hang out. And that was 2016. It's now 2021. It's been 5 years, almost probably fucking 5-year anniversary of Local Love right around now that I think about it. And yeah. We didn't have much music at the beginning. If you go back and listen to the first couple episodes of Local Love on our website, you'll find that we replay the same artists over and over again because we didn't have a lot of music yet. Now we have a ton of music, and we could go through the whole show without playing the same artist twice. We'd probably go through a whole day without playing the same artist twice if we were super careful and played extra long jams by all the artists. This next song I'm going to play is by a band called Curious Quail. They're super cool. Some of the members are here in the Bay Area. Some of their members are in Los Angeles. They've been writing music kind of remotely and sending files back and forth before it was required, before we hit the pandemic or whatever. And we are super happy that they came on our show for an interview, and we're going to try to get them on again soon. And here's this song is called Reconstruction, and I'll be right back.
In one voice now we sing, even though we number few, we were forsaken, not defeated. We ever learned from our mistakes or fall apart? We ever learned from our mistakes or fall apart? And all this time we've been living in glass houses for too long. And now we're brave enough to admit that we got it wrong. Living in glass houses for too long. And now we're brave enough to admit that we got it wrong. We honor those we've lost, and today we build a new. What would they say if they were still with us? You ever learn from our mistakes or fall apart? You either learn from our mistakes or fall apart. We tried so hard, but we were living in glass houses for too long. And now we're brave enough to admit that we got it wrong. Living in glass houses for too long. And now we're brave enough to admit that we got it wrong. Now we're giving up, can you feel that? Can you feel that? In your bones, are we giving up? Can you feel that? Can you feel that? Now we're giving up, can you feel that? Can you feel that? In your bones, are we giving up? Can you feel that? Can you feel that? Now we're giving up, can you feel that? Can you feel that? In your bones, Now we're giving up, can you feel that? Can you feel that? In your bones, are we giving up? Can you feel that? Can you feel that?
All right, that was Curious Quail. That was Reconstruction. It's a fucking super good song. Curious Quail was one of the first acts that sent us music And they were the first act that sent us an entire album where all their ID3 tags were correct. Also, if you like Curious Quail, you can go to eplex.xyz whenever we're not live and just request them. You can browse our music library and everything. Also, now it's all embedded on our website at echoplexmedia.com/radio. And I'll fix echoplexmedia.com/live tomorrow so that it'll all be embedded there as well. If you happen to be listening to this on the podcast and you're a content creator or a musician not in the Bay Area, we do another open panel. We do it Saturday night, same time, 8 p.m. Pacific to around 10. Sometimes we start a little earlier, and we do end a little before 10 because we move on to the conduit after that. And I spin some house music or some breaks or whatever. But we had a pretty cool panel last week. We met GXG Platform and Comic Girl. They came on to talk about a little bit about content creation, and we ended up getting a little discussion about COVID and, the kind of state of the world today. It was a great panel. We had a lot of fun. Also important to note tonight is we are legitimately 1 follower short of 2,000 followers on Twitch, which is kind of surprising because we joined Twitch on a whim when I got really mad at YouTube Live. I was like, well, fuck it. Let's do Twitch. And coming here was like the best idea we ever fucking had. So we'll be definitely at some point this evening celebrating cracking 2,000 followers. And then when all the weird anti-Semitic fake accounts that follow everybody get kicked off of Twitch again, we'll be back down to like 1997, and we'll get to celebrate cracking 2,000 followers twice, maybe even 3 times, unless a bunch of y'all follow us tonight, and then we won't have to celebrate it twice or get to celebrate it twice. See American Dream up in the chat. What's up, American Dream? Anybody just coming here, this is our local music show. We just play a bunch of music that we've been submitted by Bay Area local artists. It's a fun show. We've been doing it on and off for around 5 years. It started out when we were doing audio only, and it is available as a podcast. You can just search for Local Love in any podcatcher that you like. And if it happens not to be there, fucking email us and I'll make sure that it ends up in there. And I'm going to play a song by Usurper Vong yet. Usurper Vong is a band that no longer exists, but it exists in all of our hearts. My co-host, the councilman for Down Ballot, and sometimes comes on our other shows here, was the bassist for this band. And this song is called Coast to Coast. And it's super good. And we'll be back in just a minute here.
The speed limit's 25. I'm going 82. I've got to be somewhere. I hope I get there soon. I'm in a hurry cause I've got to be someplace. But if I see my friends, then I will simply wait. I'm getting tired and feeling rather parched, but I'll keep rolling on, just like a shopping cart. Feet, don't you fail me now. Feet, don't you fail me now. Landscapes, we're getting old, I was told. Don't bend your knee when you're free. Nothing can stop us now. My engines are running, the driver's on vacation, but that won't keep me from reaching my destination. I'm in a hurry cause I've got to be someplace. I'm never late, you see. To me that's bad taste. I'm getting tired and feeling rather parched. I'm running naked, swinging my private parts. Feet, don't you fail me now. Feet, don't you fail me now. Landscapes, we're getting old, and I was told don't bend your knee when you're free. Nothing can stop us now. I'm just traveling, but I don't know where I'm going. It's that I can't sit still, I've got to stay in motion. I'm in a hurry, but I've got no place to be. It's just a great big world, I got some sights to see. I'm getting tired and feeling rather parched, but I will never stop, that's when depression starts. Feet, don't you fail me now. Feet, don't you fail me now. Landscapes, don't bend.
Coast to Coast by Usurper Vong. And Usurper Vong was a band out of San Jose, featuring the Councilman on the bass. If you're watching or listening even on Facebook Live, if you're watching on Facebook Live, though, come on over to twitch.tv/Echoplex Media. You give the show a call at 415-903-PLEX. That's 415-903-7539. And you can also join the Discord at discord.me/Echoplex and hop into live voice chat. And you can say hi to us that way. If you're not from around here or just don't want to join the video panel, I'd be happy to talk to you for a couple minutes. And also you could like demand a song or request a song, whatever. Beer tastes much better out of a Roughies beer cozy, I got to tell you. I'm just going to kind of keep the music rolling here. We got this song is by the Gustas. This song is called Spaghetti. And we'll be back in a minute. That was the Gustas. The song's called Spaghetti. I figure that maybe it might be called that because it reminds you a little bit of a spaghetti western. Oh, it looks like American Dream might join the panel. That'd be pretty cool. American Dream is not living here currently, but was in a couple local bands around here, and would love to put a face to the name, I suppose. Also, like, I'm dying here. I'm not making fun of Charlie Kirk or anything, and I'm here by myself. Got to fill all this time. We do want to thank all the artists that sent us all this music. I mean, it's, this is 5 years worth of music collection, and some of the bands don't even exist anymore. Some people sent us music from bands that they're no longer in. I mean, yeah, it's definitely super cool that all these people sent us all this music, and they didn't have to do it. They took time out of their day to do it. And most of the people even had ID3 tags so we could search their music. We have a couple songs in here that don't have no ID3 tags, and we have no idea who the fuck sent us the music. Maybe we'll maybe we'll go through some of those next week on Local Love, see if some of the artists claim the songs. That might be pretty funny. For that to happen, though, we'd have to have a big local music audience. So that would be on you out there. If you listen to this podcast or whatever and you enjoy it, share it with a friend. Oh shit, I do have would you look at this? It looks like I have somebody joining me here. Let's check this out. Let's see. Hey, buddy.
Hey, buddy.
How you doing?
Pretty good.
Oh, your audio's proper.
Yeah, this Arctis 7 sounds pretty nice. How you doing, man?
Good. Just kind of dying here on air without my co-host. I'm glad you jumped on.
I know. I was like, who's on the panel today? Last week was popping.
Yeah. I don't know. It's hit and miss. I got kicked off of Facebook, not just in Facebook jail. So
I heard that.
Yeah. Don't criticize them in 538, even if you're nobody.
Huh.
But yeah. Tell everybody a little about yourself and your history here in the Bay Area music scene, if people aren't familiar with you.
Yeah. I went to Westmont High School and was in a punk band that no one heard of, Code 454, playing bass. Played with a few other like pop punk groups in like the 2002 to 2006 era. Played in a band called Bloomfield Underground for a while. I was the lead singer of the Honey Wilders.
Oh, you were in the Honey Wilders?
I was the founding singer.
The band's great.
Yeah, man. It was, yes, they're really good. They're really good. A lot of love for them. It was a lot of work.
And it was a little kind of a step away from punk rock, yeah?
Definitely. Well, my background's in like classical stuff. And I wasn't the lead singer. That was my first lead singer gig. The rest of the time I've been playing bass.
Well, look who's here.
Hello.
Wench. Hello.
The
Wench has arrived.
Former bassist of the
wild wench has appeared in the studio.
Former bassist of the Roughies and a moderator of our chat is hanging out with us this evening.
What's going on, Merkin?
Just gazing into the void.
Sometimes the void gazes back, and then it meows at you because you haven't fed him yet.
Oh.
Kitty's
mine screeches at me. It's a bird. So.
Oh, you have a bird. Burb.
Oh, somebody might get a bingo. Somebody might get a bingo space if your bird starts making noise.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we have one of our bingo cards. It's one of the crazy people we cover. Their phone alert is always a bird.
Oh no!
And so, like, that's just one of the spaces on bingo. It's like burb.
Yep.
It can count for many other things. We encourage people to cheat.
What? Bingo? Jeez.
Well, I mean, a lot of the spaces are up for interpretation, right?
Oh, that's true. I see that. What was Hannah Reloaded was like clamping down on her viewers. She's like, we can't have people winning bingo like multiple days in a row. Like what the? But I think she was
every day on every card.
Yeah.
It's possible on some days, definitely on Wednesday, you could win every card if you just get drunk enough with Dave.
Well, and you could just hit the jackpot with one of the Weinstein, either one of the Weinsteins.
On any of the cards. Like on the bingo card, the politics card, or the card specific to their little realm of the universe.
Yeah, totally. It's like buzzword salad.
I listen to more than 3 minutes of Brett Weinstein and I'm like, huh, what? No. Playing my phone. What level of Gardenscapes am I on?
Yeah, I don't know. I have like a rage response to listening to them and Sam Harris. Like,
hey, look at that.
What? The man
Curtis,
himself.
you're doing the thing.
Close Discord, I guess.
Hey, hold on a second. Yeah.
Curtis knows how to make an entrance. And by that, he's like repeating everything everyone else is saying. Curtis, what's up? I checked out your show this afternoon. Great show. It was cool to hear all the stories from all those people, man.
Thanks, buddy. Yeah, it was super fun. You caught me. I was sitting here and no one was answering, so I started just video editing in the background. So that's what the delay kickback was. It was just video editing.
Oh yeah, you can always harass me on Discord, I guess, if I don't get to you right away. But our website's honest, right? It says be patient. So
yeah.
At this point, you don't need an introduction, but American, why don't you introduce yourself to Curtis real quick?
Oh yeah, Curtis, big fan of Monkey.
Thanks.
I played music in South Bay from like 2002 to 2012 or so in a bunch of bands. Code 454, Bloomfield Underground.
Cool.
These are the days. I don't know. We've got a lot of cross-pollination, but I think the last time I saw you was in Tap Tempo getting your guitar serviced by Trey.
Oh, I remember Trey. Trey was hella cool. We were trying to have him on the show, and then we didn't because we smoke a lot of weed and didn't follow up.
Yeah. He was with Audio Smoke Signal.
Yep. Trey, whose real name is not Trey.
Shock.
Bang.
Yeah.
Our drummer Micah gave him that nickname because he thought that when he first met him, I guess Trey decided that he wanted to blonde the tips of his hair. He had a little Frenchy hairdo, and Micah said, "Well, if you blonde the tips of your hair, you actually look a lot like Trey Cool from
from Green Day."
Yeah, from Green Day. So that's how he got the name Trey. But his real name is Tom.
Huh. Yeah, I only kind of knew him in passing from buying cables over there at Tap Tempo because it was like a music store I could ride my bike to from where I'm at. So.
Oh, here are some references you might actually know, though, Curtis. What the Honey Wilders? I was the singer for the Honey Wilders.
Nice.
And I played bass on. I was the first bass player for the Roughies.
Oh, sweet!
In South Bay. Yeah,
the Roughies. Good time.
A lot of love for Pat.
Mm-hmm. Uh-oh, who's coughing their lung up?
Oh, we just got the COVID 420 over here.
Yes.
Like, how many years from now is it going to be okay to name weed strains after COVID?
Oh, they probably got it already. It's going to be the Rona 420.
Yeah.
It's going to be all crosses, though. It's going to be like Northern Lights Rona number 12 or some shit.
Yeah, no, it's going to be 19. It's always going to be 19.
Corona Scout cookies.
I remember The Wire happened during either like bird flu or the first SARS, and they were the dealers were yelling out the word pandemic, and that was the name of their fucking dope.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Humor is funny.
There's a ska band called the Pandemics, and I don't know why they're not larger. Because like right now is their time. They should be just nailing it. But they kind of just like, oh, there's a pandemic. I guess we have to put the band aside. It's like, oh, you dumb shits.
No. Well, you figure their music would spread easily.
Yeah.
Oh, but
you fucking left that football sitting there, buddy.
He's just looking for a viral post. Viral.
I am here for the dad jokes. It is just fine.
Yep. Dad jokes aplenty.
So Curtis, now you basically have two music podcasts. How do you feel?
It's an embarrassment of riches.
But he feels like a South Bay drummer.
Yeah.
Yeah, you mentioned Micah. You're like our drummer. I was like, do you mean San Jose's drummer?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, I know two drummers, and Micah is one of them.
And the other one ain't got a job.
Oh, the other one has gainful employment, so I can never get him to drum.
Yeah, that's another one.
Oh, I guess Pat's technically a drummer.
Yeah, true. Juan is also technically a drummer.
And then there's Dan of the Rebelskamp is also a drummer because he's their
that's
drummer.
very true.
Technically.
Technically, Dan is definitely a drummer.
Man, I know so many drummers, but I wish I knew keyboardists. There's not a lot of keyboardists out there.
Juan's already in 2 bands.
I think I know probably the best keyboardist in your area.
In the world.
in your area.
Is it John Tesh?
No.
Elton John.
No, but for like rock and roll.
Uh-huh.
The Wilders keyboardist Eric, very good.
Cool. Well, if he's interested in the ska and the reggae and in doing stupid things like getting on a plane and flying to another country and living on floors for like a month while we get paid wages, then yeah, he's in.
I mean, he's stuck with the band I quit. So I mean,
well, you said it has issues. But no, that's good. Yeah. We're always kind of looking for a keyboard spot because our keyboardist of like a million years left maybe 2 years ago, and so we actually have one kid. He's really interested in playing, and he was driving all the way down from frickin' Richmond.
Oh no!
Like top of the bay. And he's driving down to make these jams happen. I'm like, dude, like either move down here or like we can't keep this going because you're late to some practices. You can't make it to practices at the end of the at the last minute because whatever happened. Like it's just it's getting to the point where we need to have someone that's like next to us that we can poke.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like being late from Richmond is generally no fault of one's own, right?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, Brian was driving down from San Francisco every week and every time we had a show, unless it was in San Francisco. And then he would just sit there and like, hey guys, I'm already at the club. So
yeah, I used to have a band commute from Santa Cruz to Mountain View, and it was just brutal.
Yeah.
I think we were doing it twice a week too. So it was just like hours of my time a week.
Well, at least that's if you're coming from Santa Cruz in the afternoon, at least that's not the traffic hours that are affecting you. So it's a long ass drive, but it's
Yes, it could be way worse.
Yeah. Juan.
Oh, is Juan here? Oh.
Juan. Juan, cool.
Oh shit, Juan is here. Well, now he's here. How you doing, Juan?
Oh, good, man. It's been a long day. Just got off work at 8 o'clock and, had to put in those midnight oil hours to get shit out the door.
Damn.
But having said that, here I am.
Hey.
You sound fucking fantastic. That mic that you bought was a real good investment for this. We're gonna have to check it out with you singing in it sometime, but I mean, if it sounds good, you talking into it, how bad could it possibly sound you singing into it? New mic gang. Oh.
New mic gang.
Holla.
I'm not gonna buy a new mic. I'm just gonna stick with this one.
What is the one on your computer?
Yeah, the one on my computer.
Hit me up. You said you have like a USB mic or something. Hit me up sometime. We'll try to get that fucking thing to work for you because that'd be good for your Facebook show too.
Yeah. He's all right. He's okay. No, I'll tell you something. I'll show you the contraption I built. So I've got. So I'm using the. Oh, geez, where did the? There it is. So I'm using just the microphone that's on top. It's on the top of the iMac, and it's a pretty good microphone, but it picks up the whole damn room, right?
Right.
So what I've done is I've built a box that sits on top of my computer, and it redirects the sound. Would you like to see my box?
I don't know. How can you show it? And no, I don't want to see your box. We're on Twitch. Children are here.
It's my mic in the box.
I'd like to see your box.
This is my box. It's foam lined. And then it's got look, it's got a little notch right here. So it the top of my computer. And
The flyer on it?
Yeah, well, this is an old, not a flyer, but this is a copy because sometimes I put this in as a sound to give me a little sharper tone. I flip it inward like this, so when it sits on it, the sound hits this and deflects a little more, so that I get a little bit of brighter snap to my sound. And what
You're so analog.
And what this is Slinky Monkey guitar strings that I made myself for the band as an extra piece of merch, so that we would always have merch on the table. It was the most ingenious idea I've ever had. We didn't actually sell any, but it made us look like we had more merch. And I always had a stock of guitar strings for when I broke a string, because they weren't they weren't on stage getting lost or getting a beer dumped on them. They were in the merch box.
That's genius.
And I would just go in the merch box and open up one of my strings, and they were like, "Oh, you actually use those?" "Yeah, I actually use those. Would you want to buy them?" "No." "Okay, cool. See ya." I got to go teach my string.
But having the strings, it also like presents an image of like, being interested in other musicians and stuff too. And that's a good kind of vibe to put out there, even if people aren't buying them. Just having them on the table, it's like, hey, we're interested in other musicians, and we brought extra strings.
Yeah, for sure. I think I've actually given our strings to a couple of musicians in need. And then of course we have the guitar picks. So we came out with our little monkey logoed guitar picks, and there's a logo on the other side, but it's got a piece of tape on it. So, but there it is.
That's funny. It's like it'd be like if I had like branded, those little adapters from small to big for the headphones. Yeah. Like I've literally had to tell another DJ that was playing before me that no, they couldn't borrow that from me because I didn't think they would give it back. And because I knew that DJ and I knew he wouldn't give it back, and it wouldn't be his fault. It would be the fault of a bottle of Jack and a couple of hits of ecstasy. But for sure. But it's the same thing, like strings and those little eighth
small
quarter
regulator.
The small debigulator, as Steve on keys would say.
Nice. Yeah, I recently went to the dark and dismal kingdom where no happiness grows, otherwise known as Fry's Computers. Electronics, and they've shortened the room. They've crushed everything to one side of the room because there's literally nothing to sell there anymore. Nobody coming to Fry's. But I went to their little audio department because I was like, oh, I wonder if they have anything for podcasting. And they had the big to small adapter, but not the small to big.
That's because they ran out of it because everybody's a DJ now.
Absolutely. And they're not going to restock them. They're just going to sell everything until it's fucking gone.
Yeah.
So,
how many different kinds of drones did they have?
Like zero.
Actually, no. Yeah, they had 0 drones. They had a lot of DVDs that they were trying to get rid of. A lot of Blu-rays.
Good. Everybody's streaming now. Good thing to have too much of. Great. DVDs and Blu-rays. Good job.
Yeah, exactly. They had a lot of chips, a lot of chocolate.
Oh, they had a lot of chocolate chips. I mean, like chips. I'm like, really?
They do a lot of chocolate. A lot of chocolate.
I'm thinking the inventory of one of the Fry's electronics around here is eventually, when they fucking shut down, it's eventually going to end up on my eBay account.
Dude, they're going to run out of everything, and they're going to finally become the place that's called Fry's, and all they have is like a lonely bag of fries.
Veggie fries.
Yeah, just fries.
It's a far cry from 20 years ago when Fry's used to be the happening spot, man.
Dude, me and this girl Amy Plur used to go there because all the cute dorky guys were always at Fry's.
Remember when they had the professional pianist playing at Fry's?
I do.
And they had the cafe.
It was like a place to be.
Sandwiches and stuff at the cafe. No more.
Or the one in Fremont?
The one in Sunnyvale used to have a professional pianist and a professional cafe just doling out the yummy treats all day long while they were just announcing new sales.
Yeah.
Nothing.
The one in Fremont had a cafe too. It was pretty damn good, but they also had a fucking functional Jacob's ladder and a functional fucking Tesla coil.
Fuck yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
Because why wouldn't you?
Because yeah.
Well, that's because each one of them had a theme, by the way.
Yeah.
So the one in your area was probably, you know, like the Jacob's Ladder was a theme or something like that, or creators or something along those lines.
Yeah.
The theme in Sunnyvale was the sine wave, so they always had the little wiggly thing all over the walls and stuff. And then of course Campbell was the Egyptian pyramid. And
I thought the theme there was just Karen. It's real close to Los Gatos.
Yeah, just like the theme was, can I see your manager?
They have an extra manager just because of the proximity to Los Gatos.
They got a guy there with a badge that says manager. He manages nothing.
except for customers who don't actually have a problem. I remember when it was a long time ago. I was like 16 or 15 and I wanted drums. And then my parents were like, you should be a DJ instead because DJs have a volume knob. And they knew I was into electronic music, right? It was a good call. Like I've still DJ today, right? And I can do it in an apartment. I couldn't very well drum. I mean, I don't know. My neighbors are cool. Maybe before COVID, they'd have just come over and been like, you suck at drumming. Do you have any weed? But I remember my mom was like, and then they went, it was like a little while before Christmas. They were like, oh, we went to Fry's. We didn't see, where do we buy you things to be a DJ? And then I sent them to Guitar Center and then I opened the gifts and I had sticker shock. They said, this was more than your car.
Yeah.
It was like 15,
I'm not gonna lie.
It was like two techs and a rain mixer, more than a fucking cheap car, right? Like each of those turntables, like $500 fucking dollars.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
My buddy Alan still uses them though.
Oh. Yeah, you can get like a Kai Pro 120s for like fucking $99 on Craigslist.
Ooh. Speaking of which, when you gear up, talk to us. We'll tell you what to buy. It's really easy. You buy a Focusrite interface and whatever mic you like, and then you're done. Boom.
Yeah. I've got an interface, but my interface only works with the older computer right now because it doesn't. The new computers don't do 32-bit drivers or whatever fucking tech nonsense they want to throw at you. I mean, it's like somebody could write a fucking a driver like that, but they won't because they want you to buy new shit. But
what's needing a driver? I just use Linux and everything either works or it doesn't.
Drivers?
Yeah. So with Macs, you have to have a driver for pretty much everything. If I got Personas or the one you were talking about, I would have
Focusrite, right, dude. That's the best one. That little red one that everybody has. Oh, the
but
best
the
one.
Focusrite, I have to download the driver, right? And Focusrite has a driver for 64-bit. This previous one that I'm using, which is a great one, it's made by Akai. It does professional quality recording, but it only has a 32-bit driver. Whatever.
Bullshit.
Nonsense. Just nonsense. And Mac is like, we don't want to accept 32-bit drivers anymore. And Akai's like, we don't want to pay someone to write 62-bit. And it's like, dude, I know fools that can write it in like a weekend.
There's a thing on you might want to look into it and see if it exists on the Mac too. There's a thing on Windows and Linux called class compliance, where if a device is class compliant, you don't need a driver. And you might want to see if there's some sort of way to use it as a class compliant device on your Mac instead of getting the official driver. Because if it's by a major brand and it's a USB interface, it was long after they had like a class that it could be compliant with. I'm just thinking like maybe there's a way to do that. I don't know.
I don't know. Mac does so many things to fuck their own customers over because Mac believes that customers should be buying a brand new $2,000 to $3,000 computer every 3 years minimum. So by the 5th year, they break your computer from afar. They don't give a shit. So
yeah, I mean, Windows isn't much better. That's why me and the Media Wench are over here on Linux, and I believe American Dream. Do you got a first name or something we can refer to you as?
Yeah, it's Phil. It's Phil.
Phil, are you also a Linux user? Is that right?
Yeah. I've been an Ubuntu user since college, really, like 2006.
Ooh, that's about when I started too. I was on Ubuntu. What was it? 10.06 or something like that.
I used bongos and I don't remember which Linux kernel I was on. I kind of had to. I was a physics major at the time, so like we just had to use Linux. Just wasn't the.
Well, it's funny, right? When we started doing this, we chose Linux for purely ideological reasons. We wanted to run it all on open source software, but fuck if I don't have the best audio on Twitch. I mean, seriously. Fuck if I don't have the best audio on Twitch. There's people with thousands of viewers. Their show don't sound like this one.
Yep.
Even like Media Wench Remote, she's like got compression and noise gates and limiters and shit on all of her stuff.
Side chain compressors.
Yeah. All that shit you could ever want. And it doesn't even like touch the computer. It's like sitting there, like not touching the computer's resources. All the resources are used by video. But we chose it because we're like, oh, we want to, because we're a progressive show, we think like open source is sort of a progressive idea set. And then it just turned out that once we figured out what we were doing and I got into Linux audio, I'm like, man, I don't even know if I could do this shit on Windows without like $500 worth of fucking software. And it's all free.
Yeah. No, that's cool. For me, I'm like, we got limited time in my life.
Learning. I mean, I was already using Linux like for work a lot of the time, so it was like not that huge a deal to switch over, like in my personal life. But yeah, learning a whole new paradigm to do something is like even just little things like how do I adjust this thing on my display? Now you're wasting 5 minutes trying to find it, and if you're trying to do your thing or whatever.
I'll blow your mind right now. I'll blow your mind. I've been living in the Bay Area, working as a tech guru for years. I have never computed on a Linux or a Unix machine. Never.
Well, you know what? We can open the studio back up. We'll put you on the computer that handles Discord and the phones so that you can say that you've used Linux.
Yeah.
Cross that one right off your list.
I don't even know how
even Windows has Linux built into it now.
Yeah.
If you use Windows 10. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't even use that. They gave me some shitty computer that has like Windows 7 on it. It's ridiculous.
Oh man, I miss Windows 7.
As you know, Producer Dave, I have to be agnostic when it comes to these things because in the line of support that I do, I have to support all the platforms.
Oh, you support Linux users at your work as well, Juan?
Mm-hmm.
But you know who you have to give the least support to at your work?
Linux users.
I have to basically deploy the Linux desktops, resolve the hardware software related issues, and it does involve using the command line CL.
I am so used to the command line now. Anyway, this is Tech Talk. I figure any time is as good a time as any to take a break, play a song. And so since we got the singer from the Honey Wilders on, and since I really like this song, we're going to play Don't Blame Me. This is the one off that This is the one off that album. There ain't nothing wrong with the rest of the album, my man. But this is the one off the album. We'll be back in a minute, everybody.
Woo!
Sky tonight. Don't blame me for putting up a fight. It wasn't me that gave a false impression. I'll always let you know all of my intentions. Don't blame me for the angels. Don't blame me for the devil. Don't blame me when you're all alone. Don't blame me for the hard times. Don't blame me for don't blame me for putting out the fire. It wasn't me that gave a false impression. I'll always let you know all of my intention. Don't blame me for the angels. Don't blame me for the devil. And don't blame me when you're all alone. Don't blame me for the hard times. Don't blame me for the bad lives. Don't blame me when you're all alone. If an angel falls from the sky tonight, 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 if an angel falls from the sky tonight,
Hey, dude, you can hell of sing.
if an angel falls from the sky tonight.
Yeah, you can hell of sing, man.
That was some singing.
Huh?
That was some singing. Thanks. Yeah, thanks for busting that, Dave.
Yeah. No, I
I did
mean,
like that one.
Did you write that song?
The lead guitarist wrote that song.
Yeah.
They had recorded it originally a few years prior, and we had this 7-piece rock band and wanted to rock it up.
Nice. I'll say
Awesome.
that's a really well written pop rock song. It's really well written.
Yeah, I can't take credit for most of it, though. The phrasing, I made the phrasing work.
Oh yeah, of course.
Sort of like I made it into better English, but overall, Aaron Madsen at Rubber Bucket Records wrote that one.
Yeah. So my take on it is that lyrically, I'm one of those few people that really listen to lyrics, and I like when lyrics either have a deeper meaning behind them, or they are being poetic about something, and you have to think about it in order to get to the core of what they're trying to say. And that is a unique, the repeating chorus is a unique way of saying, I don't believe in the religious toxic bullshit that you believe in. What I believe in is us, whatever is happening between us. And that's a really deep thing. That's not just saying like, I'm not getting along with you, or I want to be your lover, or things went bad. It's saying there's something fundamentally wrong about how you think as opposed to how I think, and I don't care. And that's a deep statement. It's a much deeper statement than just a pop song. So anyway, cheers to both of you for putting that together.
Yeah. I think that
that song, man.
You may have like revealed something about him that I had not seen before.
well, the other great thing about art is the other great thing about art is that maybe Curtis gets that from the song, and the artist had no idea that's what they were putting out there. I mean, that's like the thing that makes art wonderful, is that we could listen to a piece of music or whatever, and everybody here might think it means something different. And that's like sort of the point of art, is that you have to interpret it. Any good piece of art requires the viewer, listener, or whatever to think about it or to interpret it in some kind of way. Otherwise, otherwise it's just background noise, which is fine at Kmart or whatever. Is there still Kmart?
No.
I think so. Really? They're gone?
Yeah, there's still a couple of them in America.
I mean, there's one Blockbuster left, but
So while that was playing, I was going to ask about the songwriting process. Are all the songs, were they written by somebody before you came in as the singer, or are you a songwriter also on that album?
I wrote most of those, all but like 4 of those songs, I think. So I wrote the lyrics. I like to write music. Yeah, I kind of like to my music creation style is collaboration. You know, I like to take other people's ideas and give them ideas to mix with it and, you know, make the stew together. That's a very joyful thing for me.
Very good. I completely understand that, as formerly writing electronic music and now only DJing, because I would much rather hang out with all of you guys on Twitch than write fucking electronic music. But you know, taking something that someone else is doing and making it better or presenting it to people in a way that they're going to enjoy is like a super like cool thing that you know, I think like Rebelskamp, if somebody's got a riff, the rest of the band's job is to add to that riff and make that riff something bigger than what it was by virtue of the rest of the band riffing on the riff. So that's it's kind of a good philosophy of music, and I think a lot of the people that we end up playing a lot of their music, it works like that. I think the Roughies is different. I think Patty K writes all the songs, and I think Monkey, I think Curtis writes all the songs, if I'm not mistaken, to some extent.
Yeah, I've written a large portion of them, but I think on every album there's at least 1 to 3 songs that are highly collaborative and or not mine. But yeah, I write a chunk of them.
So
delicious dead air.
That's fine. Dead air beats crosstalk any day of the week, man. Dead air, a couple seconds of dead air versus a couple seconds everybody talking at once, man. The dead air is fucking way better.
What I like about dead air is when you use it effectively and have a long sigh.
Hold on, we got a fairly big raid considering the number of people that we have here. There's 32 people just raided us. 32 goats over from GXG platform. He joined us on Saturday night for our open panel. Sorry to interrupt, Curtis, but we gotta give love to people who help us out here on this platform.
Yeah, buddy.
Okay, go ahead. Oh, almost hit you with a tinfoil hat too. Go ahead. People can throw tinfoil hats onto the overlay on this, and sometimes they'll hit you in the head, and if somebody were to grab a screenshot, it would look like you were wearing a tinfoil hat.
Bastards.
Thanks for the raid, GXG. We're going to be having GXG on the Cults and Satanic Panic show on Thursday night too, by the way.
Fun. Right on. That's going to be hilarious.
Holla.
Fire by night, bitches. That show's so bad.
Hey, which one of you raiders wants to be our 2000th follower on Twitch?
Yeah, come on. One of you guys.
What you got? Oh, go ahead, Curtis.
Oh, I don't know. I was just riffing off of whatever we were riffing off before.
Lonesome Comrade is our 2000th follower. And then
Lonesome
JJ
Comrade.
Fly was our 2000th. Fuck. Oh, now all of them are following us. Oh, that sucks. Oh, stop it. We got what we wanted. Stop.
And tell him what he won.
Whenever all the goyim no blah blah 2785 when all those bots get exploded, we'll be covered.
Oh, so Raiders, this is our local music show. We usually do leftist politics covering cults, control groups, conspiracy theory, and extremism. But this one's for the homies.
Yeah.
All right, Lump's going to unfollow now because we're being mean to our followers.
Oh.
Yeah. What I was... Since...
Yeah, buddy. Continue.
So since the Honey Wilders, have you done any other music? Have you met any music heads up to where you moved at? Because I know you're no longer in the Bay.
You know, I've tried to get stuff going up here, but I'm in the middle of Oregon, man. It's really it's weird. I'll be moving to the Portland area, and I expect to get a couple more willing participants around. There's a lot of like racist boomers It's probably the
What part of Oregon are you in?
Albany.
Albany? Okay, I don't know where that is. I lived in Monroe for like 3 months. It's like a teeny tiny town, 650 people in between Eugene and Corvallis.
Oh yeah, I'm in Corvallis' sister city.
Okay, gotcha.
A lonesome comrade in the chat lives on the I-5 corridor as well up there in Oregon.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
And
It's
and if you're a comrade up in that area, you probably are lonesome.
Yeah. Well, there's some solidarity going on here. The music scene's just kind of whack.
Bleak.
It's just, I mean, you just got to go to Portland, I guess, or Portland area.
Well, such a small percentage of our society is going to tend to be like musicians or people who do music at all, and then there's going to be a smaller subset of that of people who want to commit to a band. And if you don't have like a dense area with like a critical mass of people, it's going to be hard to get a bunch of bands going, I think.
Yeah, I guess that's true. I think I'm a little weird because like the music I know is all like late 60s, early 70s. And I like stopped knowing anything past 1979 or so.
Oh, do you like disco?
So I kind of, yeah, some disco. Some disco's all right.
Good. All right. Well, that's cool because Nazis hate disco. You can buy a shirt on our website that says that.
Really?
Just not on Teespring.
But it turns out that I was wrong because Deanna Plus, they always play hella disco.
Oh, true.
Yeah, she is kind of a Nazi.
And she does like disco.
She's one of those like well-meaning Nazis that's going to be like crying at the Nuremberg trial about how she like I had no idea I was participating in such horrible atrocities.
She's like a Nazi grandma. She's like, I'll make you a nice strudel, but don't bring your friend over.
Yeah.
I like how you cut it out. You're like, I know where we're at.
Wow. Oh shit. Fucking shit's fucking falling down over here.
Oh, so Curtis, I'd like you to talk a little bit about your talk show if you don't mind it. You're gonna have to get used to this as you get to be important and big in the talk show scene. You're gonna be like a cool Joe Rogan.
Well, what? No.
Like I said, cool.
Yeah, I actually, if you had like talk show icons, I want to be somewhere between Mark Maron and Neil deGrasse Neil deGrasse Tyson in content and how I handle content. Rogan, I don't get it. I don't get it.
I know what's up with Rogan. He has people on that makes his audience feel smart.
Yeah, there's that, but just it seems like this. Okay, so here, this is what I mean by being between Neil deGrasse Tyson and Mark Maron. Neil deGrasse Tyson is about scientific reality. He's about like, this is what exists and this is what doesn't exist, and we could talk about it all day, but it still doesn't make this unexist. Mm-hmm. So he's very pragmatic, but also very warm and welcoming. Then when you listen to Mark Maron, he is not warm and welcoming. In fact, he's very stinging and abrasive sometimes, but he is not afraid to dive headfirst into emotion. He will talk until he is a blubbering, crying, snotty mess about something that's affected him. And he's like, no, we got to keep talking about it because I'm not going to stop hurting until I get this out. Mm-hmm. And that is unfucking real to listen to when he has those moments. My
favorite podcaster is a good friend of Maron's, Sam Cedar. He does the Majority Report. They have this shtick going where they don't like each other. But they've been friends forever, and it's really interesting because they kind of both came out of acting and comedy, and they both ended up doing podcasting. But Sam is like an abrasive kind of political pundit, very opinionated, and Mark Maron is clearly a man with a set of opinions too. But he's more in the let's have a conversation about like your experiences and how you felt as these things happened to you. And I'll talk about similar experiences that I had. It's just real interesting to watch them kind of come from the same space and completely diverge in that way.
Yeah, I think though that when you are pushed into a corner because someone else has taken the role of whatever you thought was going to be something you want to talk about, then you end up like having to come out of it with better ideas, right? So you have to say, I've been limited to this box, and inside this box there's a pencil and a chewing gum wrapper. If I was MacGyver, what could I make out of this?
A bomb.
Yeah, exactly. Or you could make like a freaking getaway device or something important. But you have to be limited in order to be expressive. If you are unlimited, you're like, I got all the tools. I got $1 million microphones. I got people wanting me all the time. I'm gonna go watch TV. You're not interested in it. There's no chase.
Oh shit, somebody just caught fucking Juan and the Media Wench with a tinfoil hat. Good job. Also, just real quick, thanks for the follow. I fight for them.
Nice.
Now we're at 2002 followers. We skipped 2001. We did not go on a space odyssey. Somebody tried to fucking put a face sucker on people in the chat. I like when so Juan, you've been awful quiet. So I'm supposed to be hosting this panel.
Yes.
Yeah. What's on your mind? What you got going on?
No.
You working on any solo music or jamming with the camp, or what's been going on, man?
Right now, I'm just kind of winding up, trying to get myself mentally prepared for going online, back onto work, and starting with maybe getting some food for once, going out and kind of just trying to get into a normalized position to where, hopefully speaking, we can find ourselves being in the realm of being able to play, perform music again. And I'm hoping something could, I don't know. I know that's being optimistic in saying this, but maybe something could open up later down near the end of the year. I don't know, but realistically, it could be next year. Sure.
I don't know. It just kind of all depends on like how quickly, like, and this is definitely a music issue, and I think like in a lot of ways, like music and entertainment got left behind in our conversation about COVID. And I'm hoping by the end of the summer to be at a gig. I know that's incredibly optimistic, but I think that we may learn something about the production of this vaccine that allows us to produce more of it more quickly. We may, I don't know, figure out that the post office already delivers things and they should be delivering the vaccine to places because they already delivered things, because like we could figure that out like by listening to this crappy show. But I'm like optimistic that maybe by the end of the summer, maybe not indoors, but we'll be able to go to a gig at a park, or I'm optimistic that maybe even playing July Bike Party this year. But I think that, and it's one of the things you focus on your show, is that not just musicians, but basically people in the service industry that don't work at Safeway. I'm talking about your food servers, your bartenders, places where people gather and folks work there. Those people have been left behind, and the conversation around this is because it's online and it's been on Zoom and it's been on like podcasts and stuff. We're like heavily focused on people like myself, like Curtis, like Juan, who can work from home, and like we don't talk a lot about the people who can't. Yeah.
No, I have. I will be honest here. I actually sincerely fear for people like. I will not name his club or his name, but let's just say in San Jose, there's a very big nightclub that does live music, and the man who owns that nightclub is kind of a very depressed man to begin with, and he's also a technology curmudgeon. He doesn't want to participate in technology. I don't know how he's doing. I send him a text every once in a while. I don't know. And I can only imagine that his universe absolutely fucking crumbled, and that he's either found something to make him happy, or he's deeper in the depression that I've never been close enough to understand. So when I think of reaching out to people that are in our scene, I focus on my idea of what I think he's going through, and I'm really willing to jump into a deep intellectual or emotional conversation or even conflict over these topics, because I do care about that. I do care about those people. So,
and well, think about this. Like, that's a guy who owns a club. Think about somebody who was working, like, had been, in the food service industry for 10 or 12 years and has just got that gig at that nice restaurant where they're taking home $200, maybe $300 in tips on a Friday. And like we don't know that person, and that person like busted their ass to like get there. And is that restaurant going to be there? What's the competition going to be like in the marketplace where they just made that next step up the rung? Are they going to be back down a couple steps on that ladder when they come back? Like, there's all kinds of about any kind of service industry stuff where people gather. It's just, man.
Yeah. On top of the fact that those people are, because they're quote essential workers, they have to touch the public, and it's basically like the entire staff gets COVID, they come back to work, and then they get COVID again, and they come back to work and they get COVID again. It's just a vicious cycle. Yeah. I had friends that worked in the industry that were kind of bombastic. They were like, like some of our guys got COVID, but like, it's not going to hit you, And it's like, hey, I see you're not at work. He's like, yeah, I got COVID. And it's like, yeah, you're going to fucking get it. And you're coughing to show us how it feels.
I smoke a lot of weed, man.
Yeah, I have a lot of EMT friends living in your area, some of whom are probably never going to get over the PTSD that last year caused.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, I know a gal at kind of a popular DJ who in the middle of COVID up and moved to just outside of Reno because I'm just have to assume that it was just too much for her, right?
Well, cost of living too.
Well,
yeah.
Right? She was. I just know her. She loved Oakland, so I think that I'm not like super tight with her or whatever, but I know her well enough, And I think she's like one of those. She's like one of those people that like feels things and like when I've done a lot of E with her, so maybe I'm biased, but but also like somebody who's done a lot of E is going to tend to be like in touch with their emotions in a way that maybe other people aren't. Sometimes to our own detriment, by the way. But I think she split because of the pressure of COVID in her field as an EMT.
There's a term for that, like people that are emotionally responsive like that. I can't remember the name.
Are they empaths?
Yeah, empaths. Yeah, I know that because I date an empath. No, an
Sometimes
empath.
you are at an empath.
I love your wife. Before they kicked me off of Facebook for criticizing them in a 538 article, I loved her posts. It was always you and her and like outdoors pictures and like fucking always really nice fucking stuff.
Yeah. No, we try to keep it positive, but she does, things, the things affect her emotionally that I would never think would be a big deal. And it's kind of hard for me because I'm mostly like a positive go lucky dude, right? So if something is falling apart, I'm like, yeah, but at least we got free this, or like COVID happened, but at least we got free money, or at least we got to stay home and enjoy our place. Like whatever bright side of the coin I can show. And to have to be as close as I am to an empath, it's a learning experience, a daily experience for sure.
The chat's all, we got free money. Okay, very little. Ask an Italian about free money. They'll be like, we got plenty of it.
Curtis that was spoken like someone who's been playing ska since the 90s.
But also, the conversation has shifted a lot to a vaccine, and I think that maybe the whole idea around testing shouldn't be lost either, because, I mean, you test, it means you find more cases, but it also means that there's a lot more negatives, right? So, and then that brings everything down, and you kind of scale down in those tiers. So probably what we could be doing as a community is just going out and and getting COVID tested, just even if we know we're negative, because it helps. Those numbers help.
Hey,
They help bring everything down.
Monster 6'3". I don't think that a million Californians move to Vegas. I think there would be a housing shortage and a massive real estate bubble if that happened. But I maybe you were using a million, like millions of people are doing this when you don't know. You just know all your neighbors are doing it. But
Yeah.
I know that people are leaving the Bay Area, and I welcome it. If fucking San Francisco rent has gone down 40%, I would love to move back to the fucking Castro. Holy shit!
Keep in mind that San Jose has 1.028 million people in it. So 1 million people lost in California is just the population of San Jose.
But to Vegas,
San Jose proper.
But to Vegas,
Vegas is cheap.
yeah. But a million people from California did not move to Vegas in a year. It would be a nightmare for Las Vegas.
Yeah, but Vegas has had a lot of nightmares lately. So
True.
That's why what happens there stays there. You don't want to bring that nightmare with you when you got to go sleep in Kansas.
Hey, Dave, I've got some friends waiting in another chat room for me.
Oh yeah, but fucking
great.
thanks for joining us, man. Thanks for hopping on with me when it was sad and I was here by myself and I didn't have Charlie Kirk to make fun of. All you have to do is close the window out and there's nothing to do here. Oh, what do you think of this service? This OBS Ninja? What do you think of this?
It's dope. This is dope.
You should see the
It's been
control
really good.
panel that I have. Like I can rearrange you guys on the screen. I can full screen one. I can do anything with it, and it's all just a browser source in OBS.
It's so good. I love it. I love your dedication to the open source project. It's great.
Yeah, OBS Ninja is open source, and we could install it on our own server. But fuck that, HK hasn't done that for us yet.
Cool. Great talking with you, Curtis, and Juan. You're a legend.
Likewise, sir. Likewise. I love your music, and that was a great fucking song, man. Real talk. I love it.
Excellent.
I can't wait to hear the rest of the album.
Oh, excellent. Yeah. I'll.
Oh, do I have your permission to just send Juan some MP3s?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Okay, cool.
Absolutely.
Juan, just remind me tomorrow.
Yeah.
I'll zip it up or whatever and send you the MP3s.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, the YouTube ones sound kind of doo-doo.
Yeah. Fucking while you're mentioning sound quality, shout out to the Wyatt Act for always sending me flax.
Ooh, that's spicy.
Hey, thanks again for joining us, man. And if you want to join this local panel on local love panel any Tuesday for 10 minutes or 2 hours, you're welcome anytime.
I'll hit you up whenever I have time.
You don't have to hit me up. You just that link's public, man. Just show up in the waiting room, and eventually, what is it? The host, Media Wench. The host will be with you eventually.
The hosts will be with you eventually.
Cool. I'll see you then.
Thanks for hanging out, man. It was good to meet you and good to put a face to a name.
Thanks, brother.
Cheers.
Well, good a time as any to take a break here. We're going to go with Gentle Lies by Sweet HayaH, and we will have Nehal on one of these weeks.
You call yourself far from amazing. You call yourself a passing good time. You call yourself a hired gun. And you like to call yourself the devil's best. Whoa, 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 whoa. far from amazing. You call yourself a passing good time, good time, good time.
Sweet HayaH, Gentle Eyes. And like the thing I like about Sweet HayaH is it almost sounds like every song she's writing is like about me. And I don't think she's writing songs about me. She didn't even know me when she wrote these songs. But it just feels like, just kind of feels like they're like about the audience or about someone in the audience. It's kind of, it's weird. It's a like she uses the word you a lot and she doesn't use the word me or they or them a lot. She doesn't talk about a third party. She's always like, her songs are always to the audience. It's always about you. It's pretty cool. I think it's, I don't know if she's doing that on purpose or not, but that's super smart.
Yeah. Yeah. One of the things I always thought was, or one of the songs I always thought was like the most important song that anyone could hear in a drunken state, in a drunken, stoned, crazy, I'm at a show state, is Cheap Trick's I Want You to Want Me. I need you to need me.
Mm-hmm.
I love me. And that's literally just what everybody wants.
Mm-hmm.
But then he's also saying it to you, which makes you as an audience member feel like someone is reaching out to you.
Someone
like
from Cheap Trick, no less.
Yeah. But I mean, it just really, like, a lot of people in their lives, like, just think about how separated people are right now. Not even considering like how people are separated in their lives when they drive in their little car, listen to their little podcast or radio station, and they get to work and they're like, with all their employees are, get away from me, I got work to do. And then they go, and they come home, and they're lucky if they get a call from their girlfriend or boyfriend or family member or whatnot, or a friend from out of town, that sort of thing. Like, just to have someone say in a very sincere voice, I need you. It's important. And even though that song is just like pop garbage, it becomes an icon of a song because it says that. And that's what I think about when I write music, is that I can't seem to do that. I can't seem to figure out what that one thing to say to the audience that will make them be forever endeared to me. So,
well, that's why you have a talk show now.
Yeah, man. I don't know. Like, my problem is that I have too many shit balls rolling in my head, and I write them all out, and then I go, okay, this is too direct. This is too exactly what's in my head. And so then I change words to be poetic or to lose the concept. And then I'm like, good. Now it works rhythmically and it loses the audience and they can think about what the lyrics actually mean. And meanwhile, I can sing it and then go have tacos.
I was watching your show earlier. You were talking about every time somebody bring up a place you went, you're like, hey, what was that taco joint we went to there?
Yes, absolutely. No, the being a band like this, you get to see all the greatest tacos. All the greatest tacos. I miss all the greatest tacos. They're out there.
They're still there.
Hey man,
just living their taco lives.
If you're
The
ever
worst
over on the
tacos
west
are
side
still
looking
there,
for looking for a taco, and I don't mean the other thing, you're married. Shoot me a message. There's a great place over here right off of Winchester. That if you haven't been to it, it's super good. The fucking pastor there is on point. A little greasy, but on point.
Bravo? Is it Bravo?
No.
No, they have pastor.
Place called it's a place called Rico's. You'd never go there otherwise. But if you're ever over kind of Campbell, Los Gatos area, and you're on your way back, hit me up. I'll make sure you know what place it is, because then you could be like, I've had the best tacos in Campbell.
I hear their tacos are rich.
Let me tell you, my friend, the Taco Incorporated has never stopped. It is always going, never ceasing.
The Taco Armada is attacking.
It's the only thing COVID can't stop is the taco parade.
Okay. So if you go down to Tijuana, you don't want to touch anything in Tijuana. Everything is gross and disgusting. But I will go to every sidewalk vendor and get a taco from every sidewalk vendor, because you know what? That's the one thing. It's taco cannot be stopped by COVID. Taco cannot be stopped by herpes or whatever is on those streets.
Also,
rules.
I'm pretty sure that most of us may already have I won't say we're immune, but have a strong fucking set of antiviral fucking
what you're talking about
because we've been to the Caravan and Johnny V's.
Yes, absolutely. Agreed.
Yeah, I'd be more worried about the bars in West Hollywood.
Dude, you know what? I've played at clubs in West Hollywood, and that shit was dope. You know why? Because they always pay you. I played at Tiger Heat, and I played trance, and the people there who wanted to hear Whitney Houston wanted nothing to do with it, and they still they just paid me when I was fucking grabbed my record bag. It was back in the day when we played records. I think I walked up with a check and was like, "Thank you for playing." I'm just telling you, West Hollywood's club scene is a very professional place where everyone gets paid.
Well, I will tell you that we played a lot in downtown Hollywood, and no one gets paid.
Go play for the gays. Go play for the gays. They will always pay you.
You pay to play. You pay to play at these places.
That's how it is.
Dave is saying that the gays will pay.
If I go out to San Francisco and they give me $200 to play, I'm still paying to play. Especially now that we're doing Twitch. We can make, it could be one of those nights where if I go, after all this is over, if I go to San Francisco and play and they're paying me $200, okay, I took the Caltrain out there, fine. Okay, now I'm in San Francisco at 2 a.m. What does $200 get you? I mean, pretty soon, if the real estate keeps diving, you can get a month in an apartment for that, maybe. But
all of us will end up in fucking San Francisco.
I mean, if real estate keeps diving there, I'm out, for sure.
Yeah.
But in the before times, right? $200 for an hour and a half set seems good. But if I'm going from Campbell to San Francisco and I don't drive a car, well, now I'm spending the rest of it on an Uber home, because it's not like it's not like, okay, they may have given me some drinks at the bar, but it's not like I did not exceed their generosity at the bar, right? Because a club promoter can only really give you so many vodkas and tonics, and then they have to be like, listen, if you're gonna have a bad set because you're drunk, it can't be my fault. This is my show. But
now you see you have me here, so all you have to do is just buy me drinks. Or maybe you shouldn't buy me drinks, because I would be the one driving you.
And now there's two of us. We have to worry about your car.
Here's one thing I can't figure out is we have delivery marijuana, right?
Yes.
And delivery food, right? But why can't you just buy your friend a cocktail?
You can get cocktails delivered.
Where do we get cocktails delivered? I'd have one delivered every day.
I mean, you would be really pissed off that it cost you as much as the bottle after all the fees and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's kind of cool.
Yeah, no, there's cocktail. You can get cocktails delivered.
Nice.
Yeah, if there's a place that does a food delivery or whatever, and they also have like signature beverages, they'll generally. I've seen some that like mix them up and give you like a mason jar full, so it's like 2 or 3.
Well, yeah. I mean, I bought alcohol from restaurants and had takeout alcohol. That's no problem. What I'm talking about is a custom cocktail. Someone drives to the location and goes, gloosh, gloosh, gloosh. Here you go. Love of Curtis. And that's it.
Wow.
You may have struck something here.
Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about with ice and jiggers and everything. Like, let's make it happen. We're going to do it. Mixing up cocktails right on the sidewalk.
I mean, like, you're just opening the door for like corn carts and margaritas.
Dude, if I could, I would have the guy with the bacon wrapped hot dogs like right in front of my house.
Dude, I used to work in Hayward, right off of A Street in Meekland, and the corn carts with the mango guys and the thing back up all fucking day, like right directly across the street from my office was one of the best little hole in the wall taco joints. Not gonna lie, I got food poisoning there. It's okay. I didn't care. I still went. I'm like, it was my bad. Whatever. That's a risky take.
Chat said you had a great business idea, right? For $25, you just send somebody to your friend's door and they make your friend a cocktail. You've had 2 good business ideas. You also showed us that contraption that you put on your microphone earlier.
Yeah. That's what they hire me for. I'm the idea guy.
The idea guy.
Somebody else would have to hire you because we're at the point where we're covering the opportunity cost almost of renting this room to somebody. So
nice.
We're doing better than we were a while ago, though. We used to say we're hemorrhaging money, and now we're like, if nothing breaks, we're almost breaking even. But now something's going to break. Watch the stream cuts and the computer won't turn on.
No.
You just replaced the computer. You got a new mic. You got a new fucking controller. You're good for.
That's what's going to break is my fucking 10-year-old DJ controller that I spill beer on and slam the faders on. That's the thing that's going to break. And I've never
got your money out of that bitch.
Yeah, that's $1,000 if that fucking thing breaks. Oh, GXG laughing at us. Thanks for the raid earlier. I'm sure you're actually after your people raided, we did talk a little bit about being a leftist. I think it was your chat's influence. GXG platform again is going to be on the Cults and Satanic Panic show with us on fucking Thursday. Juan, you got to join us for that one week too, but not the same week we have another newbie on. Me and the media wench would just bash our heads against the screen trying to do that show with 2 people who've never been on it.
But it's a good time.
Probably exciting. Yes, good times.
There's this show called Fire by Night from the early 90s that was like a highly Christian version of fucking Saturday Night Live, and we've been watching the shit out of that.
Nice.
There's like 4 seasons of it. Oh god. The musical guests on there. They
all look like
it's a real.
They all got that Richard Marx haircut going on.
Yeah. It's quality.
Jesus. Jesus. Yeah.
Or like a Duran Duran song, but also singing about Jesus because it was that day and age. All right, I'm going to play a monkey song because we got Curtis here. I hope that's okay with everybody.
Nice. Yep. Do it.
This is Sugartown by Monkey, and we'll be back in a little bit.
This town, it's a wicked place where we all eat and drink too much and lead a life of waste. But don't hesitate, don't contemplate, 'cause this hour will not last, pretty soon it will pass if you stop and wait. And don't paint the town red if you got the blues, strutting up and down
to catch up with the merry-go-round, but it won't go down. If you like a little green man, you're going to the Sugartown. There's no love in this town, but if the network wants to see ya, everybody wants to be ya when the sun goes down. So change your pace, come join the race, where you can circumvent the nation with a plastic fascination and a pretty face. And you can paint the town red if you got the blues, strutting up and down in your worn-out shoes. You can drive your race car off the course, you sold the whole farm when you bought the horse, trying hard to catch up with the merry-go-round, but it won't slow down. You're like a little green man, you're coming from the Sugartown. The blues, strutting up and down in your worn-out shoes, driving your race car off the course, where you sold the whole farm when you bought the horse, trying hard to catch up with the merry-go-round, but it won't go down. If you like a little green man, you're coming from the Sugartown. If you like a little green man, you're coming from the Sugartown. If you like a little green man, you're coming.
That song made me think of drinking a blue cocktail on the beach, like with other people.
Nice. That song's about Hollywood, believe it or not.
Not about West Hollywood. Wasn't a diva.
Not about West Hollywood. Definitely about downtown Hollywood. Yeah, for sure. We wrote that song back when. Remember when the biggest freaking news that was making you go insane all the time was Britney Spears. Which time?
She shaved her head.
Early 2000, and you're just like,
oh my god, yeah.
And they were trying, and everybody had a reality TV show, and you're just like, fuck it.
I feel like I would have done better as like an adult during that time than I'm doing now. I mean, I was an adult then, but I'm like a real adult now. I feel like
Geppetto made me a real boy.
But it was like the early beginnings of what we have now, right? It was like
yeah. It was growing the eggs that will become the chickens that come home to roost.
Oh, that's a great line for a song.
Yep. That's what I do. That's what I do.
Yeah, put that one in your pocket. Put that one in your pocket so you don't forget it.
Zoink.
Somebody got to bring the real in this town.
If you want a little cream in your coffee.
Scrappy says, "Oh, that's like fucking around and finding out."
Hell yeah.
I like how like our chat is just like, yeah, you can do whatever you want. You all can just like have your friends on to talk about music. You can make fun of Charlie Kirk. Do whatever you want. We'll come hang out in your channel.
Whatevs.
Wonder if I could just like make people watch me work during the day with like a screenshot of my browser and my email and see if I get 20-25 people to tune into that. Like, oh shit, Dave got an email. Oh, that person was mean. Hey, watch this response.
Look at that. He's buying more connectors off of eBay.
Oh no, Dave got another email from that shitty club in Los Angeles, also called Echoplex.
Oh yeah, the funniest thing is there's a club called the Echoplex in Los Angeles. and we get email from them about like people leaving, or not anymore, but we used to get email about people leaving their jacket and shit there, and I just told them to like go there and like ask for Bob. We have your jacket, go ask for Bob. Oh.
That's the Echoplex is probably in Echo Park.
Probably, yeah. I think they play like based on the people emailing me about their jacket. I think that they play a lot of pop music. Like people who go to punk shows and like house music shows and shit, you don't lose your jacket.
No, you know why? Because they don't pay for someone to like watch their jacket.
Right, and if your jacket ends up like on the floor at the end of the night, the person who fucking like does the broom on the floor will just put your fucking jacket in the little thing and dump it in the trash.
Yeah, pretty much.
Have you ever lost something at a club and retrieved it? That's an interesting story. Juan, have you ever lost something at a club and retrieved it?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Yes, I've had that happen. Rare occasions where sometimes a piece of music equipment gets left behind, maybe a power cable or something like that.
Them
and
little
you're like,
wall
"God
warts,
damn it."
them little wall warts for a synthesizer or a controller. Oh
The
no!
little
Sometimes,
things,
sometimes that shit's $80 from the manufacturer. Yeah.
It's a pain in the ass, but you know it happens.
Curtis, you ever left something at a club and been able to retrieve it?
I'm not the leave. Well, okay. So I have to preempt this. I'm not the leave my shit at the club guy. Okay.
No, I mean just like an item you forgot though when you were tearing down.
Rare.
Okay. But I have to tell you a 3-parter. It's a story about Micah, because Micah is wonderful at leaving stuff at clubs. He will leave.
But that's
everything.
okay. He'll be back there the next day with the next band that he's playing with, so it's fine.
Yeah, but he'll be like, "Where did my left foot go? I must have left it at the club last night." Like, he's that dude, right? So, so we go to Santa Cruz. We play a show at the whatever the fucking big club down there is. I'm forgetting the club name.
Well, it probably doesn't exist anymore anyway, so it's not really important to remember.
Yeah. So we go down there, we play the show, and he gets so drunk that he leaves his jacket, his stick bag, his snare, and I think like his hat or something, or sunglasses, right? And he's so drunk that he basically refuses to load anything, so nobody grabs it, and we just drive away. and then we're off for like a month, right? And he has no idea that he's left it. And so we go, we get an offer to go on a tour, and we go on a tour. And the first date, he opens up the back of the van. And he's like, "Where's my snare?"
Holy shit!
So we end up borrowing, a snare, drumsticks, everything from the bands that are on the tour with us until we get back, and he's freaking out. And of course, I call the club, and the club is like, "Yeah, we've been wondering who's this shit. It's been sitting around here for a month now." But and then Brian actually we played in Seattle, and he left his trumpet in Seattle, and we drove all the way down to Portland, realized that he didn't have the trumpet. And so I'm like, we don't have time to go, 2.5 hours up, 2.5 hours down, right? We got about an hour, a couple hours before the show.
Right.
And so I call a friend in Seattle, and she drives halfway down, and we drive halfway up and meet at a gas station and grab the trumpet, and then come back down just in time to play the show. So,
damn.
So there's that. And then the only time that I've participated in such chicanery is we played a show in Nevada, in Las Vegas, at the Double Down, which is, if anybody's gone to it, it's like the ultimate punk rock dive. Like the whole wall is just stickers everywhere and like vomit and puke. Right. And I walk in I start walking in with equipment, and someone says, "Oh no, we're just going to use the back line." I'm like, "Okay, cool." And I just put the equipment down, and I shove it underneath the pool table so that nobody will fuck with the equipment.
Right.
And of course I should have taken it outside, but like, I figure it's safer inside if it's there right next to it.
Yeah, man.
And of course, I forgot to grab it, and nobody else grabbed it because they didn't know it was there. So Micah was like, "You left my shit in," because I left his snare and something else. And
Micah and the missing snare on Local Love.
Yeah. And he, for one time, he took every opportunity to jab me for you. She's like, "You son of a bitch! I'm always leaving stuff, and now you left my shit." And I'm like, "I'm going to get it back for you." So what happened is we ended up. Brian goes down to Vegas frequently to attend they do this thing called the Weenie Roast, where they actually have punk rock bands and a hot dog vendor, and they just give out hot dogs, and like it's a whole thing, right? And so he goes down once a month for the Weenie Roast. So I called up a friend's band. They said, "Oh, that's cool. One of our guys works for the club. We'll just grab it." They grabbed it. It was there. They held it at their apartment, and then he went down to go to the Weenie Roast, and it was waiting for him there. So,
wow,
flew back with it right before our next gig. Which was really cool. I mean, it was back like in a week and a half. So,
it's kind of like that though when you're on tour, right? You have like all these crazy situations that go down. It's crazy.
Yeah.
So I have the weirdest story about leaving a piece of equipment somewhere, and it's the best story ever.
Tell it.
I played Bike Party. I had just gotten this controller that I have. It was like brand new. Like I paid $100 over MSRP because I had to have it. I left the fucking power adapter at Bike Party. I had to play the next day at the back bar, and I called Drew, and I was like, "Drew, I can't play. I lost my power adapter." He's like, "No, don't worry about it." He's like, "Bring what you have. I have you covered." I'm like, "What are you talking about? I have a brand new piece of gear." He's like, "Listen, you will never buy another drink at my bar if you can't play tonight on your equipment." So I show up at the bar, and he just hands me my power adapter that I left at Bike Party the night before. And Drew's like not involved with Bike Party, and I have no idea how my fucking power adapter got from leaving it at Bike Party to the place I was going to play the next day.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
It could have been a completely different power adapter, but like the confidence in his voice, I have to guess somebody from Bike Party dropped it off at the club.
Either that or he's got like 45 of those adapters just sitting there.
No, this was a brand new piece of gear, and he had no idea what gear it was. So I have guessed somebody from Bike Party that I told about or whatever, but I don't know for sure. And that's like an uplifting. I've left my equipment somewhere. Somebody found out where I was playing next and dropped it off. It was like an hour and a half before, because I like my bag was all packed up. I just assumed everything was in there. And before I go anywhere, I check. I was like, my power adapter's not in here. And he's like, "Don't worry about it. You will be able to play. Come here."
Nice. Yeah. Bike Party. The last one I went to was probably November of 2019. I think November.
Too cold. I wasn't playing that one. I might have been riding it though.
Yeah, it was either October or November. I took my coworker, and one of the stops was in that field that's actually like a homeless village. It's right off of Coleman. You know what I'm talking about?
Right.
Yeah.
And my coworker that I was exposing to Bike Party, he was like, "Oh, this is great." He's a German guy. He's like, "He's so great. I love this. It's so good." And then he's like, "I like your bike. Can I ride it?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure." So he gets on my bike and he rides over to the DJ tent, and he rides back. And he's like, "Oh, very good bike. Okay, cool." And so then I ride home, and the next morning I get up and all my tires are flat, because that field is filled with goat head thorns.
Oh no!
Ouch. Like my first or second Bike Party, I learned to never ride through the grass. Just wait and ride on the fucking concrete. No matter where you are, don't ride through the grass or the dirt. You're drunk, and you're probably far from home.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I know those lessons well, but like I lent it to him, and I figured he would just go the length of the parking lot, but he went out of the parking lot, across, over a grass median, and then came back. And I was like, "Oh, fuck." Yeah.
R.I.P. tires.
I used to do a Bike Party with Randall Aubrey.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
He was with me once when I I had far too much to drink and hit one sprinkler head, and it was fine. We just stopped, and I had a spare. But then I hit another sprinkler head at a completely different location, and I had to call a taxi and throw my bike in the back of a taxi.
That's rough.
It was it was rough for me, not for him. Randall Aubrey was having a good old time laughing at me and shit, being like, "You dumb motherfucker."
Oh man.
And he was like, "Oh, I don't live too far from here. We can walk. We'll walk the bikes." And I'm like, "Dude, you're going to be calling me a dumb motherfucker until the morning. Fuck that."
Yeah.
Go home.
Yeah.
And I've said this a bunch of times. The thing about Bike Party, I think it'll be the first big event that comes back to San Jose because it's outside.
Yeah.
People don't understand in San Jose Bike Party. Even in like January, there's like 1,000 fucking people there. And in July, Media Wench, you remember fucking bikes as far back. You have no idea how many fucking people were. The bikes distorted a little bit because everybody takes up a little more space, but that's going to be the first thing back. So y'all are going to be pissed. You're going to be like, Dave, of all people, got a gig before us in the new normal.
Yeah, I got to say that when I take you to the spots, to all the locations, I thought that was pretty exciting, man. It was like, all of a sudden it was like you go to a spot and it's completely empty. We set up, and then within the next 15 minutes, I don't know, thousands and thousands of people just show up. It's crazy. It's crazy. And then a mini festival ensues. It's nuts.
Maybe I should invest in a flatbed truck and then mount all the gear on it.
Dude, hit me up. Like, you can't do it the first one back, but the second one back, I got you. You're first after me. But no, if y'all pulled up on a flatbed truck, the problem is getting into the space with the flatbed. You have to be there first, and you have to be ready to leave last. Your set will be 40 minutes, and you have to be ready to be there for like an hour 30, right?
Yeah.
Because especially if we have a flatbed truck and there's drunk people on bikes and shit. Like, Brandon, who plays with me there, sometimes gets annoyed. He's like, "Oh, we're going to be 20 minutes early." I'm like, "Yes."
You get to set up in the good spot.
You set up, and also you're like not worried about running over a cyclist on your way in.
Yeah,
sure.
But yeah, it would be wonderful if you got a flatbed truck and your band wanted to play. I think the people would have a very good time.
Yeah. Maybe
a great idea.
It is a great idea, but the one thing I'm worried about is having it's hard enough to wrangle band members for one set in one place, but having them like put away gear and then open up gear and put it away and open it and put it away. You do one. There's tons of DJs, right? So you just do the first regroup because there's two. You could try to do two, but if you just wanted to do one, that wouldn't be a problem at all. Yeah. So I would think that it would be a one type of scenario. So it would be just like maybe a DJ on one side of the parking lot and the band on the other side of the parking lot.
Just at the first regroup, it's the band. I'll play this. If no other DJ only wants to play regroup, the second regroup, I'll do it. Fuck it. Plus, there's like 10 DJs associated with bike parties. Somebody will play that second regroup.
Yeah, for sure.
Probably next summer, let's get on this. That'd be great. There's just like unassuming flatbed just sitting there with like a tarp over it, and then all of a sudden the tarp comes off and a band starts playing ska. Come on.
Yeah. That would be great.
You make it look like it's been there for a month.
Yeah. Awesome. Yeah, I'm down.
All right, we're going to go a little long. I'm going to play a song right now because I got to pee. Also, I want to play Super Soul Brothers. It's video game music, but it's like symphonic video. They're so great. We met them through Lex the Lexicon artist and Brandon Eisenberg. They played the Mag West Festival. They're out of Oakland, I think. Super cool band, and this song is called Megalovania. I suppose video game people know what that is.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Megalovania by Super Soul Bros.
Wow.
Oh yeah, that was recorded live too.
I was like, I just heard a crowd. That was recorded live.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Like when everything's
Love
all
it.
line level going into the PA, it's actually easy to record your live set.
Yeah. I like to do a collab with Curtis.
Oh, yeah?
Do a collab or something, yeah.
Holla.
Do
You need a keys guy.
You got to. You got to start doing the walks again. We got to start doing the walks.
We do.
Yeah.
And now that things are opening up, that it will be more of a reality, you know? So, yeah. And you know what? I appreciate you working me out, man, because, you know, when I first started walking, okay, you could probably do like maybe 2 miles or something. But, you know, man, you took me around downtown, right? Basically, I don't know, it was a good couple of acres, or you know.
Yeah, it's about 2 miles.
You guys used to go on walks? That's adorable.
No, we went on one walk.
Oh.
He said, I need to get some exercise. And I said, I am willing to walk with you, sir. And we went on one walk.
Yeah.
A second walk.
Absolutely. Yeah.
It was like that Let's Get Physical video, but you just went on a walk.
Yeah, let's get tacos.
That too. Tacos and some walking.
So GXG just took off from the chat and raided us earlier. So thanks for the raid earlier, GXG, and have a good night. Everybody else will see GXG on the Satanic Panic show, the Cults and Satanic Panic show. Changed the thing already to the night Twitch is the right Twitch. So I'm going to close this out, but I would like all three of you to stay with me to watch something after we play this here song. So this has been Local Love. If you're listening on the podcast, please go to twitch.tv/Echoplex Media. Give us a follow over there. If you're listening live, whatever, you're just going to listen to another song. Give us money at patreon.com/Echoplex. I don't know, go to our website, read the shit on our magazine, put a napkin over your drink. This song is over. This show is over, not this song is over. The song just started.
Your mind